Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this tutorial, we're just doing some jumbo box braids. It's very detailed. But before we get into it, I just want to ask you guys to please follow me on IG. The link to that will be in the description box below. If you are not following, please support and follow. So let's get into it. I'm gonna go ahead and section all like everything. Just section her whole head so that I don't have to keep going back in with the comb. It's easier for me. I don't think it really saves time. It's just easier. Um, so yeah, I'm just gonna section everything. I know that I've been doing a lot of like box braids and stuff like that, but for some reason that's what my clients want. So that's what I do. But towards the summer, I'm gonna be doing a lot of different styles. So you guys stay tuned for that one. So let's get started. So honestly, guys, like it's very difficult for me to explain the whole gripping thing. Like I just don't know how to explain it. So with this tutorial, like I made sure that you guys saw everything, like angles and everything. So I really hope that helps. I really like I said, trying to explain this is really difficult for me. I taught myself how to braid. Nobody taught me, so I don't get the whole process of trying to explain. But what I do want to tell you guys is that even though the hair we're using is black and her hair color is black, you still want to make sure that you're doing the tuck-in method, because when you go back to trim around the braids, you want to make sure that her hair is not sticking out. Because if her hair is sticking out, that can lead to you, trimming off the client's hair, and we don't want that. So even though the color is still the same, we're still using the tuck-in method to braid. Comes and goes. Because I don't start my braids off as cornrows, which I know a lot of people do because they feel like it makes the braids last longer, but I also feel like starting it off that way kind of like pulls out some of the client's hair. It's like it's too much pressure. This is why I started off like this. And then as you braid, you pull on it just a little bit so that it's tight. I feel like the whole purpose of braids is kind of like to protect your hair. So I wouldn't want to do anything to your hair that's gonna basically damage it. That's why a lot of people have like edges missing and all that, because the braids are either done too tight, or the method that whoever is braiding is using is not what's best for the client's hair. And this is also why I have my clients hold on to the braids, because some people have very tender like scalp and their hair is not as strong as the next person's hair. So I don't like pulling on it. That's why I always ask them to hold on to their braids, because I don't want to pull on their hair and have it hurting more than it should be hurting. I'm doing a lot of talking, but just go with the flow. Also, I mentioned in my other tutorial, it's okay to transfer hair if you feel like one side of the braided hair you're using is too small than the other. It's okay to move some of the hair around, because what you don't want is for like one side of the braids to look big and then the other side is like skinny, and it doesn't work. Also please make sure you braid all the way to the end. I don't care if it's like a strand of braid it all the way to the end. This is how you get neat braids and you don't get like messy looking ends. So it's always important to braid it all the way to the end. I understand that it's gonna unravel a bit, but think about it. If you braid it all the way to the end and it unravels, it's just a little bit, of it unraveled, rather than just braiding it and then leaving all this hair at the bottom and then it unravels and it's just a mess. You don't want that. So always make sure you braid it to the end. So that's the last braid. We're just gonna finish that and we are all done. I love this. Like, I wish I could do my own hair like this, but of course I can't see the back to make it that neat. I'm just gonna go ahead and trim around the hair. I'm not cutting her hair. If you saw me braiding, I made sure that her hair was actually tucked into the braid. We're just gonna dip it in hot water, and I double dip the ends because I don't like it looking all crinkly like that. So you just dip just the ends in again, and make sure that that part is straight. I went ahead and I greased her scalp. I sprayed some oil sheen and mousse, and that was that. And we are all done. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, and I will see you in my next tutorial. Please follow the IG page. I will leave that in the description box below.